Hello students, we are going to start with our next topic, techniques of scientific management given by Taylor. As you can see on screen, 7 techniques given by Taylor: functional foremanship, standardization and simplification of work, method study, differential piece rate system, fatigue study, time study and motion study. So we are going to start with all these techniques given by Taylor. The very first technique given by Taylor, functional foremanship. Now you can see on that diagram over there, picture over there, that the organization according to Taylor is divided into two parts, planning section and production section. Each worker is getting instruction from 8 different bosses, 4 from planning section and 4 from production section. Actually, functional foremanship, students, it is an extension of the principle of division of work and specialization. So let us start with what are the different experts, what is their job. Right from the planning section, the very first one is route clerk. Now, route clerk is responsible to fix up sequence of steps for performing job. As you can see, the name is route. And the next one is instruction card clerk. This foreman is responsible for giving general instruction necessary to carry on the job. Third, time and cost clerk. This foreman is responsible to fix up the time for starting and completion of job. And the next one given over there, fourth one under the planning section, disciplinarian, that is, this foreman is responsible for performance of job in orderly and systematic manner. Then we are coming towards production section. The very first one given over there, speed boss. This foreman assured timely completion of job. Then gang boss, he arranged all the machines, tools and other resources required for performance of the job. Then we are coming to the third one, repair boss. This boss ensured that machines and tools are kept in working condition. This is the responsibility of repair boss. Then we come toward the next one, inspector. This boss keeps a check on the quality control of the output. So in this way, under this system or technique of functional foremanship, one worker is receiving instruction from 8 different bosses. Moving towards second technique given by Taylor, standardization and simplification of work. Now, standardization refers to the process of setting standards for every business activity. It can be standardization of time or standardization of method, or we are talking about standardized products. So, according to Taylor, scientific method of production must be selected to develop standards. To set up standards, the manager must make use of work study technique, which include time study, motion study, fatigue study. These we are going to cover up later on. So these are the very important thing, that is to maintain standard for each and every business activity. The second one given over here, simplification. Now when we are talking about simplification, as you can see on screen, simplification aims at eliminating superfluous varieties, sizes and dimensions. Simplification actually emphasizes on elimination of unnecessary diversity of product size and types. As more variety means more inventory, more types of machines required, more labor. By simplifying the task, there can be economy in use of machine, labor, inventory, maintenance. It will also help the firm in improving the quality, and definitely they are going to reduce cost. So this is importance of simplification. Instead of producing wide variety of products, they can eliminate unnecessary variety and they can focus on only few products. Let us start with next technique given by Taylor, method study. The object of method study is to find out one best way of doing the job. There are various methods of doing the job. Definitely there are various methods of doing the job, but Taylor insists on one best method or way of performing the job which keeps production cost minimum and makes maximum use of resources of the organization. Actually, the objective of method study is to minimize the cost of production and maximize the quality and customer satisfaction. That is a very important method study. One best method, scientific selected method should be there. It should not base on what the manager feels so. Then we coming towards the next technique given by Taylor, motion study. Motion study refers to the study of movement like lifting, putting objects, sitting, changing position, etc., which are undertaken while doing a typical job. Actually, what is the meaning of motion study, students? Motion study means to observe worker while he is doing work. Now, when the worker is doing work, definitely certain movements or motions are productive, means necessary movements. Unproductive, certain motions or movements are unproductive, means unnecessary, not required, that can be sought out. So on screen you can see unnecessary movements are sought to be eliminated so that it takes less time to complete the job efficiently. So according to this technique, if this technique is going to be used by organization, it will take less time to complete the job. To conduct motion study, Taylor suggested to observe an average worker when he is performing the job and note down all the movement he is doing. After writing all the movements, classify them in productive and unproductive movement and make the strategy to cut down those unproductive movements. That is very important, to cut down those unproductive movements. Now students, the next technique given by Taylor, that is time study. To determine the standard time taken to perform a well-defined job. The standard time is fixed for whole of the task by taking several readings. Now, to conduct time study, Taylor suggests to observe an average worker when he is performing the job with a stopwatch in hand and note down the average time taken by the worker in completion of job. Taylor suggests to repeat the same observation for number of times and then to take out average time. So according to Taylor, if the worker is able to achieve target before standard time, then he is an efficient worker, and if the worker failed to achieve target within that standard time, then that worker is termed as inefficient worker. On screen you can see the objective of time study is to determine the number of workers to be employed. So that is very important. To classify, to categorize worker as efficient or inefficient, and time study, the other purpose of time study, that for each and every task one standard time is there. So you have to finish that job or that task within that standard time. Then students, we are starting with the next technique given by Taylor, that is fatigue study. A person is bound to feel tired physically and mentally if she or he does not rest while working. So, fatigue study seeks to determine the amount and frequency of rest intervals in completing a task. That means after what time the rest should be given to workers and what should be the duration of rest interval. So again, Taylor suggested for fatigue study, Taylor suggested to observe an average worker when he is